Well, a while ago I wanted to use some of these screws. They're very small screws, and I do have a screwdriver that fits them, but I could not find one of these bits, long or short, that fit the screws. So as I said, I needed something that would fit in my drill so I could do a job, and I took this one and I ground it down by hand. Well, it's not very good. It kind of goes in there, but not so great. So now I'm going to be a little more fussy about it, and I have this long one here that I'm going to grind down, but I'm going to try to do it on the mill with some control so that it comes out nice and even. So the first thing I've got to do is get this flat, the one that's on top, parallel to the mill table, and note what position that is, or what degrees it is on the scale, so that I could do 90-degree increments to get all four sides. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, so I want this parallel to my table, so if I just put my scale on here, which is not easy to do, it's not that far off, and it doesn't have to be perfect because I am going to grind this. I'm going to rotate it 4 times 90 degrees, and we're going to come, doesn't matter how it comes out as long as it's 90 degrees to each flat. Now I took a micrometer and I mic'd across the flats on this one here. This one is the one that fits the screws, and I got 74 thousandths across from one side to the other side on the flats. Now this one here, this is the same size as the one that I'm going to be grinding down to get it to the smaller size. And that size was 113 thousandths right across, right at the very end. And if we subtract those two numbers, we get 39 thousandths. So I divided that by 2, and we got 19.5 thousandths, which is how much I need to grind off this bigger one on each side to get down to something near this side. I also have to contend with the fact that there's an angle involved. We've got to try to figure out what that angle is. Okay, we need to get the angle now that this is on. You can see that it's smaller at this end than it is at that end. So we measured across the flats from this side to that side, and then we moved down as far as we could this way and measured across the flats at the back. And we took those two values and subtracted the difference, and then we divided that by 2. And we came up with, that's one side of the triangle. The other side of the triangle, the distance from the back to the front was 0.140. And using that information, we calculated an angle of 0.939. Now we need to figure out how much I need to put under here to get that angle. And the distance from here, that's just the base of this now, to this side is 2 inches. So again, we're looking at a right angle triangle here. Here's our 2-inch side. Here's our angle here. And we've solved for this other side over here, which is 0.03, almost 0.033. So that's how much I need to put underneath so I can tilt and get the right angle. Well, I was digging around and found a steel ruler that was very close to what I needed. So I put that underneath here. Now I'll be the first one to admit that none of this is exactly precision, so hopefully I'll be in the ballpark when I grind this down. Well, I didn't get a picture of me actually grinding that, but that's how I did that, incrementing 90-degree turns each time and using this diamond impregnated wheel. It's underneath here. Well, like I said, those calculations weren't exactly precision. I got it a little bit too small, so I put it in the lathe and I turned it down to somewhere near where it should be. And I have lots of stock here left, so I can keep doing that till I get it right, I guess. But we'll take another shot, and this time I won't take off so much. I think we're pretty close now. We just need to take a little bit off the end. And there we go. It's fitting, and I had more room to take off more if I needed to, so it's a good idea to go a little longer and deeper so that you can do that and get it to fit. It's a pretty good fit. Well, there's the finished product. I don't know if we can get it in focus there. But unless you have a better way of measuring things than I do, I would suggest you aim for a little bit oversize and then take it off 2 thou at a time, because there isn't much difference. Really, there isn't much difference between too big and too small with those little screws.